Welcome to my part 2 of the Turkey vlog series. So, this was our last morning in Cappadocia and it had to be special. We woke up at 4 a.m. again, got picked by this lovely vintage car, and we went all out with a massive photo shoot in those dreamy rented gowns, marking our 10th wedding anniversary in the most magical way. Here, you get to see a little behind the scenes and some beautiful pictures that we got clicked. So, after endless clicks and poses, we moved on to our next shoot, this time with the horses. And wow, what a sexy, unforgettable experience that was. Soon after all the shoots, we wrapped up and we left for Antalya. The bus journey was long and exhausting, around 7 to 8 hours. So by the time we arrived, we were completely drained. Just took a quick stroll through the streets before calling it a night. The next day, feeling fresh after some much needed rest, we set out for the famous Duden waterfall and Duden Park. After the whirlwind of back to back activities in Cappadocia and the tiring journey, we decided to take it slow here. Spent the day soaking in the views, enjoying with the kids, and just being present. By evening, we made our way to the land of legends, and honestly, it turned out to be the perfect plan. The whole place felt so vibrant and magical, almost like stepping into a wonderland. We wandered through the shops, picked up a few things, and just soaked in the lively atmosphere. The highlight was definitely the sweet little boat ride and the grand fountain show, a beautiful mix of water, lights, and music. After such a fun and colorful evening, we slowed it down and wrapped up our day at a cozy cafe, simple, relaxed, and a perfect ending to a long day. The next day, we made our way to Fethiye, a 3-hour bus journey that felt much lighter compared to our earlier long rides. Once we arrived, we checked into this gorgeous villa style room. After freshening up, we headed out straight to explore the town. We eventually made our way to the stunning Ludeni's beach. The vibe there was magical, the calm waves, the golden sands, and the sky slowly turning shades of orange and pink. We spent the evening just soaking it all in. It was a perfect start to our Fethiye chapter. Later, we wandered down the most happening street in town, buzzing with food stalls and vibrant clubs. The energy was amazing. We decided to just go with the flow, enjoying the lively atmosphere until midnight. We woke up in the early hours and this time decided to split. Girls stayed back with the kids while the boys went paragliding. They had an absolute blast up there, soaring high above the coast with the most incredible views. The next up on our itinerary was the famous pirate foam party yacht, and honestly, it was an experience like no other. The moment we stepped on board, the vibe was electric. Music was pumping, people were dancing, and the energy just set the tone for the day ahead. We cruised under the warm sun, the salty breeze hitting our faces, and it felt like a perfect mix of thrill and freedom. Along the way, the yacht stopped a few little islands where we jumped straight into the clear waters for refreshing dips. The sea was so clear and inviting that we couldn't resist. In between all the action, there were moments of just lying back on the deck, dozing off under the open sky. It was such a contrast, going from high energy fun to peaceful calm. The best part was that kids were allowed, and this made the whole experience feel safe, joyful, and family friendly. By the time our pirate ship brought us back in the evening, we were completely drained. We headed straight out to our hotel and crashed into bed out like a light. The next morning came my big moment, jumping off the cliff. What an experience! Breathing in that fresh air, being high up in the sky, feeling so light and free, almost like a bird. Paragliding is something everyone should try at least once in their lifetime. Soon after, we left Fethiye to Bodrum, a 4-hour journey. The hotel that we stayed was called the Bodrum Hotel, and it was just so cute. It was very compact but very convenient, very nice. I mean, I really liked the stay. The hospitality in this Bodrum Hotel was too good. By now, the energy levels were definitely dipping, partly from all the back-to-back activities and partly because finding good Indian restaurants and proper vegetarian food was becoming really tough. That was honestly a bit of a struggle here in Turkey. So we headed out again to one of the famous streets. We found a beautiful park out there and made sure that these kids had fun for some time. After that, we walked endlessly all the possible streets. We explored so many cafes. Here are a few glimpses of the cafes that we hopped. However, the highlight of the night was ending up at this amazing place where we danced our hearts out, and this little girl here was the star of the evening. As the night went down, emotions started to kick in. We felt so grateful but also a little heavy hearted, knowing our trip was coming to an end. With all that madness, we called it a night. After almost dancing the whole night away, the next day was all about slowing down. We spent the morning dipping into the pool, taking it easy, and just relaxing. This was the perfect downtime that we needed, and I think we spent almost the entire day in the hotel. By evening, though, the energy was back. This time, it was all about club hopping, music, lights, and endless dancing. We partied the night away, laughed non-stop, and ended the day on such a high note. Truly an amazing way to wrap it up. The final leg of our trip began with a flight from Bodrum to Istanbul. The good part about this journey was it was just an hour flight, so it was not that tiresome. Once we checked in, got ready, and we headed straight for this touristy yet iconic Bosphorus cruise. The Bosphorus Strait is where Europe and Asia meet, so on this cruise, you're literally sailing between two continents at once. And as you glide along the water, you pass by some of Istanbul's most iconic landmarks, the Galata Tower and the Bosphorus Bridge, all lit up and shining. And the best part, watching the city's skyline transform at sunset when Istanbul truly glows in its golden hour magic. So, after soaking in the sights and having this beautiful time on the cruise, we wrapped up the evening back at our hotel, this time with some self cooked comfort food and a whole lot of rest, much needed before the journey back home. The next day, my friends were in a mood to explore locally, so we hopped on a tram and made our way to the cutest, most colorful little town, Balat. Oh, what a vibe! We spent the entire day here, and honestly, it was worth every minute. The cafes, the quirky little stores, the vibrant streets, and the restaurants everything was full of life, color, and pure happy energy. After soaking in Balat's charm all day, we headed back to the city and wrapped up our evening at a cozy terrace lounge. Perfect views, good conversations, and the best way to end our day. Our last day in Istanbul came with a tinge of sadness. Hard to believe the trip was already ending. We had two things left on our bucket list: the famous Turkish hammam and feeding the seagulls. We couldn't fit in the hammam, but we definitely made time for the seagull experience at the iconic Seven Hills restaurant. At first, it felt a little scary, but soon enough, it turned into pure fun. An unforgettable moment for sure. Back at the hotel, it was time to change back and say our goodbyes. We left Istanbul with suitcases full of dirty laundry, phones overflowing with 15K photos, and most importantly, hearts full of memories. Until next time, this is where my travel vlog comes to an end. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more adventures. Bye for now.